start a new chapter in Unit 3. As in Unit 2, Chapter 3 and 5 is not in your course, and in Unit 3, Chapter 6 is not in your course. So Chapter 5 and 6 is not in your course. So today we will start our new chapter, Chapter 7, Living Safely. So all of you take out your science book. Is Millennium Science for Juniors 5, and the publication is Millennium Book Source Private Limited, and open page number 64. Start the chapter Living Safely, chapter number 7. Now students, this chapter is related to the safety rules as you have learned in your previous class also, but in this you will learn about the first aid also. So let's see what is under this chapter, or which topics we will cover in this chapter. Concept mapping, introduction, key to safety, then safety at homes. We should take some safety measures at home. Let's see safety measures for gas leak, wet floor, kitchen fire, electrical appliances, sharp objects and medicines. Okay, as you have learned about the safety rules at home or at road, but now here you will study these topics like gas leak, kitchen fire, sharp objects in brief. Okay, now then safety on road, safety measures to be followed on roads, and what safety measures we should follow on road. Then first aid. Yes, first aid is very important for you all. Let's see, treating burns, cuts and scratches, animal bites, sprains and fractures, heat illness and fire. Now what we should do for first aid at these situations. Now let's start the chapter. Students, you people also just read with me as I am reading. Nita was playing in the living room with her toddler brother. Suddenly, she saw her brother approaching a hot iron placed on the floor. She immediately picked up the hot iron and kept it out of his reach. What would happen had she not been alert and watchful? Now, there was a girl named Nita, and she was playing in her living room with her toddler brother, or you can say with her younger brother. She was playing in a living room. Suddenly what she saw? Suddenly she saw that her brother is going to touch a hot iron which is placed on the floor, or which was placed on the floor. What she did? Immediately she picked up that iron, that hot iron from the floor and kept it out of his reach, or she kept that iron on the table. Okay, now what would happen? What would have happened had she not been alert and watchful? What will happen if suppose she didn't watch it? कह लो उसने नहीं देखा होता या वो अलर्ट नहीं होती तो क्या होता? His younger brother can get injured. Okay, so we should always be alert and watchful about the things. Now, careless can lead to accidents. Accidents cause pain and injury to pupil, especially to children. These can happen anywhere, anytime. Some accidents are very dangerous and people can even lose their lives. Now, carelessness can lead to accidents. Or we can say that accidents happens when we are not careful or we are careless. So carelessness is the main cause for accidents. Accidents cause pain and injury. Yes, accidents cause pain and injury to us, to the pupils, especially to the children, as they are small and they don't have the knowledge about what they should do or not, or how to keep themselves safe. They don't know, so they get injured. Now, these can happen anywhere and at any time. This can happen anywhere or at any time. It can happen at your school, at your home, at the road, or on the playground where you go for play. Anywhere, in the park, in the mall. Okay. Then some accidents are very dangerous and people can even lose their lives. There are some accidents which are very dangerous, or so on that in that type of accidents, what happens? The people can lose their lives also. They can die also in that accident. So we should always be very careful. Now, key to safety. The key to safety is presence of mind and alertness. Absent-mindedness and carelessness increase the chances of an accident. Think whether you should stand on a pile of crates to reach a high shelf. Common sense tells us that the risk of falling is very high. It is sensible to use a steep stool instead. We can avoid accidents by following certain safety rules. Now, key to safety is that when the presence of mind and alertness is the key to success. There are two keys to safety, that are the presence of mind as well as the alertness. If we are in absent-mindedness and carelessness. Absent-mindedness means like you people, just you are sitting in a classroom and you are listening. You are listening what teacher of what I am saying, but you are not understanding that. You are in some other world, or you are thinking about any other thing. Then that is known as the absent-mindedness. Means आप खुद तो यहाँ पर हो पर आपका दिमाग कहीं और है, like you people. Or you can say that I'm just giving an example for you that what is absent-mindedness. Absent-mindedness is basically like you are sitting in a class but your mind is on ground, that a cricket is going on or a football match is going on, or you want to see that and you are not able to see that. Then what will happen? That you are sitting in a class but your whole mind or the presence of mind is on ground only, that what is going on, or which team has the highest score, which team is winning. Okay, so these type of questions will run in your mind. Then you will not listen to the teacher, and this will cause the absent-mindedness. Then carelessness. Yes. So absent-mindedness and carelessness increase the chances of an accident. Think whether you should stand on a pile of crates to reach a high shelf. What do you think? Think yourself that you should stand on a pile of crates or not? I think not. Why? Why? Because crate is a type of shipping container, or it is a large shipping containers which are made up of wood. Okay, which is used basically to transport or store large or heavy items. Okay, so we should stand on a stool instead of crates, because the crates is risky. And so you can get this from your common sense. Your common sense will tell you that the risk of falling from a stool or a pile of crates is high or low. Now it is sensible to use a steep stool instead. We can avoid accidents by following certain safety rules. Now there are some safety rules through which we can avoid the accidents. Now let's see. Number 1, be alert and prepared at all places and all times. We need to be alert not only on the road but everywhere. Be alert or prepared at all the places and at every time, because accidents can be happen anywhere or at any time. So accidents will not tell you that I will happen at that time or at that place. They can happen anywhere and at any time. So we should always be alert on the roads also, as well as at other places also, like parks, schools, at home, malls. Okay, so we should be alert every place. Now see page number 65. Second point, be dressed in comfortable clothes which do not hamper your activeness. Wrong clothes can prove disastrous. Yes, we should always wear that clothes in which we are comfortable. We should not wear that clothes in which we are not comfortable or which are hampering our activities. Okay, because wrong clothes can prove disastrous. So we should always dress in a comfortable clothes. Then third, always maintain peace of mind and be patient. Always maintain the peace of mind and be patient. Have patience for the things. Have patience for the thing to be happen. Okay. Then fourth, do not panic. Help the injured also. We should not get panicked every time. We should help the injured persons also, or we should help the injured. Now let's see the safety rules at our home. Safety at home. We spend a lot of time at home to make home a safer place to live. Let's see what causes accidents at home and review the rules of safety. No, we spend a lot of time at our homes. Yes, we spend a lot of time at our homes to make home a safer place to live. Now, to make our home a safer place to live, let's see what causes accidents at our home. It doesn't mean that we are living in a home and then we are safe. There are some things at home also which can cause accidents. Now, so let's see about that things or about that accidents which can happen at home also. Now, gas leak. If there is a gas leak from the cylinder, warn everyone in the house. Open all the doors and windows in and around the kitchen so that the gas spreads out. Do not operate any electrical switches as it may explode the gas. Call the mechanic immediately to repair the leak. Now suppose there is a leakage of gas in your house. Gas leak doesn't mean that आप जो है एक सिलेंडर लेके आए और आपने उसको ओपन कर दिया. It doesn't mean that. Gas leakage means the gas which is used for cooking, which your mother is using for cooking a food. Okay, so that gas leakage. Suppose if there is a gas leakage in your kitchen or at your home, then what you should do? You should first of all open all the windows and doors present at your home. First, immediately open all the doors and windows. After that, warn everyone present in your house. Warn each and everyone present at your house that there is a gas leakage from a cylinder. Okay. What we should do? First of all, we should warn our house members or our family members about the gas leakage. After that, we should open all the doors and windows around the kitchen as well as of our house also, so that the gas spreads out, ताकि जो गैस है वो बाहर निकल जाए. Then do not operate any electrical switches as it may explode the gas. Then don't operate any electrical switches or turn off your electrical switches if there is a gas leakage, because the electrical switches can explode the gas. Then call the mechanic immediately to repair the leak. After doing these measures, call your mechanic to repair the gas leakage. Okay. Now, did you know that see the yellow box? Did you know one? The LPG cylinders carry liquefied gas that has an added smell, and this helps in detecting any leakage. Now, how you will know that there is a leakage of gas at your home? So the LPG cylinders, the cylinders which are used, or the gas which is used for making a food, they are filled with the liquefied gas, and that gas has an added smell which helps to detect any leakage. If there will be a leakage, then you will smell some bad, then you will get some bad smell, and that smell will detect or will help you to detect in the leakage. After that, kitchen fire. If you are preparing a meal and suddenly the oil in the pan catches fire, do not lose your patience. Control the fire by covering the pan and throwing some baking soda on the burning oil. Never throw water as it will spread the fire. Now, kitchen fire, what? Suppose if you are preparing a meal or any dish or any food item, then what happens? Suddenly the oil which you are using, and when you put that oil in a pan and that pan catches fire, or suddenly the oil present in the pan catches fire, then you should never lose your patience. Work with the patience. What you have to do? You have to control that fire just by putting or covering the pan. Put a lid on a pan. Okay, you will get a control on the fire. Or cover the pan with any plate or any lid. Just cover that pan. As you can see in the picture also, that you should not throw water in the pan, because water can explode that fire. Okay. Now, after covering the pan, just throw some baking soda on that burning oil. When you will throw some baking soda on the burning oil, what will happen? The fire will control. Okay. Then the sharp objects. Be careful of the sharp objects like knife or scissors used at home. Keep your fingers clear of the sharp edges of these objects. Also keep them away from children. Now, we should always be careful about from the sharp objects like knife and scissors which we are using at home, because the knives or the scissors can cut our hands as well as fingers. So we should always keep our fingers clear from the sharp edges of these objects. We should not put our fingers on the edges of the sharp knives or the scissors, and we should always keep these things away from the children, because okay. Now turn to the page number 66. Wet floor. Never leave the kitchen or bathroom floor wet. Always keep it clean and dry so that nobody slips. If some milk or water spills on the floor, immediately mop it up. It means that we should not leave our kitchen as well as bathroom's floor wet. We should always keep it clean and dry so that nobody gets slipped on it. If some milk or water spills on the floor, then we should immediately mop it up. Okay. Then electrical appliances. Special care should be taken while handling electrical appliances. Never operate them without an adult's supervision or with wet hands or feet. Always wear rubber or plastic slippers while operating any electrical appliances. Now we should always wear a rubber or a plastic slippers while operating any electrical appliances, as you can get an electrical shock from these appliances, and we should never operate them without an adult's supervision. Okay. Yes, and we should not operate them with the wet hands as well as feet. Now medicines. All medicines should be well labeled and kept out of children's reach. You should never take medicines without the supervision of adult. Now all the medicines should be well labeled and kept out of the children, as the children can eat them. So we should always keep them out of their reach, and we should never take the medicines without any advice from the adults. We should always take an supervision or advice from the adults before taking any medicine. Then safety on road. Roads nowadays are full of traffic. Be extra careful and alert when you are out on the road. Yes, nowadays the roads are full of traffic, or you can say that there is so much rush on the roads. So we should be careful and alert while moving on a road. First of all, keep to your left while walking or cycling on the road. Always walk on the footpath. It means that we should always move on the left side when we are walking or cycling on the road, and we should always use a footpath for walking. Then do not ride your bicycle at a high speed. We should not ride a bicycle at a high speed. Not even a bicycle. We should not move and not ride any of the vehicle at a high speed. We should always ride our vehicles at a normal speed only. Okay. Now always stick to your lane. Means that in the lane which you are moving, you should stick on that lane only. It doesn't mean, okay, as we see on roads that there are some pupils, they ride their bikes or vehicles in a zigzag way, and that way of riding a vehicle is very dangerous. Okay, because that can cause accident. So we should always stick to our lane only. Then if you need to overtake, do it from the right side only. If you want to overtake a vehicle, then we should always do it from the right side only. Then do not play near or on the road. Use parks and playgrounds for playing. We should always use parks and playgrounds for playing. We should not play on the roads. Okay, then use zebra crossing, subway or pedestrian overpass to cross the road. We should always use zebra crossings, subways, pedestrian overpass to cross the road. Pedestrian overpass means the foot bridges. Okay, now then do not get into or out of a moving bus or train. Do not peep out of the moving vehicle. We should not peep out from a moving vehicle. It means that we should not take out our hands, head out from a moving vehicle. Okay, then learn the road signs and follow them. Yes, we should learn all the road signs and we should always follow them also. There are some road signs given in your book also. See the picture. No entry, left turn prohibited, horn prohibited, U-turn prohibited. Like this only there are some more road signs which we should learn it. Okay, then first aid. Now first aid is the topic which we will cover in our next class. I hope till now all the things are clear to you. Students, if you have any problem then ask me. Class, your homework is to read chapter 7, Living Safely.